Alright, what is up YouTube? Back at it again with another deck profile for you today, and today we'll be showcasing Dimension Police. Yes, this is post V-EB08. And this is also kind of tuned for the new VBT05 coming out this week. Yeah, let me just go into it. Let me tell you why I run what I do, and you know how we usually do it here. Okay, so it's gonna be a quick deck profile for you guys, and this is gonna be obviously our unread starter. I like Gayusha, so I run that one. And our obvious new grade 3 super dimensional robot Dailiner allows you to have your grade 3s be 10k shields from your hand and counterblast 1, soul blast 1 to be able to search your top 7 cards for any normal unit you wish. If you've got a grade 3, you get 20k in a crit. Ideally, you would like to have Force 1 to get Threshold easier, but this deck, what makes it really good also is it utilizes also Force 2, so you can early game cheese if you'd like, but to be safe, always go Force 1 to be able to hit Thresholds really easy. So definitely 4 of, no less of that one. I personally run 3 Dizoris. This one is a new one also. It has the effect of during your turn, this unit gets plus 5k for each damage in your damage zone. It works as Vanguard and as Rear Guard. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked, if your Vanguard's at 35k, you could put this into your soul, give your Vanguard a plus 10 and additional drive check. So it allows you to hit more triggers, more pieces, whatever you need to do. A lot of builds do 4 and 4. I do 3, counterblast is already heavy, and I only use it maybe once or twice in a game anyways. Definitely run at least 3 of that one. We also do run at least 3 of the Ultimate Dimensional Robo Great Dayusha. Reason being, you can always fish it out with, you know, like your extra drive checks or your Dailiner. A lot of people run 4 just to see it quicker, but I personally run only 3 for the sole reason of, you know, I don't want to see this early. I want to personally have this card when I need it, search it out, and add it to my hand when I need it. And yeah, after you do this, you should kill him, and if you don't, you're really in an awkward position because, you know, it doesn't do anything after that. So you better hope you have a Dailiner coming up or my next tech card I'm going to show you. So only run 3 of this. And I go back to 2 of the red Dayusha. Reason being, after you do that, you can ride back onto this, rest your units, and you're just a fat beater. You know, you're stacking markers already, and then, you know, this alone could work really well with Force 2. If you go first also, you could rest your units, give this 3k or 3 crit, and then, you know, obviously rest how many units you want and try to one-shot them. This is just a tech card. This is I think of it as like, if I don't kill him on this, I have something to ride back onto that's really decent. So that's the reason I run this. Again, you could always go 4 and 4 back, so it's run 12, but I run 12 grade 3s in this build. You can do whatever you wish on the grade 3 lineup. And next up, our obvious grade 2s, we have our 4. Just out of the way real quick. We have our 4 Die Dragons, gives you Vanguard power, and it's a beater and rear guard, self-explanatory. And our new Platinum Ace out of 4 of, because it's basically Cyber, the grade 3, but it allows your rear guard to get the crit as a grade 2. And when your Vanguard is at 30k, you can go ahead and Soul Blast 1, and this unit gets 10k, so it's really big with additional crit. So it's more crit pressure across the board. And also, when he's on Vanguard, when he attacks, he's a 15k beater, and then you put the AK boosters behind it, it's a 23, it's a magic number, so they're going to have to guard for at least a 20 if they want to guard that. So that's really good. And I personally run the 2 Miracle Dandies. A lot of people like the 10k shield for earlier game shield value, but I personally like this for later game value. Honestly, sure, if you survive, if you get rushed early game, it is what it is. DP is already rough because you run 12 grade 3, so you could clog pretty easily, but if you survive that early rush game and then you go to grade 3, this card is so much more better than a 10k shield. 15k shield will protect you against like everything. Like it's just so valuable to have. Like I said, you can go hand in hand with the grade 2 10k shield instead. I personally like Miracle Dandy for the shield value. And finally, our grade 1s, we run our obvious 4 Die Brave. On hit, goes in a soul to draw an additional card, and it allows you to give plus 5k to your Vanguard. On hit, pressure plus power to get Threshold. What more do you want? And next up, we run 3 of the new Quilts. His sole reason really is just to help you get the Threshold. You discard a card to give your Vanguard 10k when he's placed. That's pretty cool. And of course, when your Vanguard is attacking, and if the unit's 30k, you just initially draw cards for free. So you don't have to. This is one of the other cards that use Counterblast in this deck, and as you can see, a lot of cards use Counterblast already. Dailiner, Disaurus. This alone could use Counterblast. I'll show you another card that could use Counterblast too in a second here, but there's a lot of cards that use Counterblast, so a lot of damage mitigation is very important, and resource management, like when to do when you need to do. And like I said, this is more tuned for Bermuda, so we run the package of Nofina, aka Dailiner, and Sludge Monster. This to stop them from boosting Ikaro, and this to stop their Fina play. With the new release of V-EB08, or V-EB08, I'm sorry, and Tsukiyomi coming out, and then Granbu is running around right now. Glory Maker isn't a bad card, because it specifically stops Sentinels, unless you run drop EGs, which is like, you know, whatever, but it stops Protect Markers ideally, and it stops the grade 1 PGs of Granblue, so that's the reason why it's really good, at least. Right now, as a thought, like, you can do whatever you want. These could go hand in hand. You could really cut what you wish, but you definitely want to keep at least the Quilts and the Die Braves. So these two are really your interchangeable slots for depending on what you want to you're playing against. But like I said, with the hit list out already, and then like people are still gonna be really heavy on Bermuda. I don't care what people say. Just because you lose Lissalet doesn't mean you lose the deck. Like, that deck is still really hyper aggro at grade 3. But anyways, we're just going to triggers now. We have obviously 8 crits. Throw them off with extra different triggers. 8 crit, 4 heal, and 4 draw. Self-explanatory. This deck has more of that search potential now, and gain and draw, so there's no need to really run the draws anymore. I mean, you can if you like to do like a 6/6 variant, but you know, your shield values are really important, and just to crit them, you know, get crits across the board is a lot more scarier than just drawing an additional card. Like I said, this is a really quick deck profile. It doesn't really change. It's still the same DP deck. It's still doing really well right now, just for the sole purpose of constantly like pressuring your opponent with high numbers and crits, which is really good. It's like a lesser version of Bermuda, but end of the day, I still think it's a really good deck. Like I said, there's that slot right there you could interchange for Glory Makers if you feel like Protect is creeping up again. But I doubt that is. I think Bermuda is still really strong, so I suggest you guys go with the Sludge Monsters and the Fina Stoppers. And yeah, that's really it for you guys for the quick DP deck. When you know, you have any more questions about it, go ahead and comment it below. And yeah, wait the next time for our next deck profile coming up. V-EB08 stubber coming around the corner. We're excited to get it to you guys. All right, till next time, guys.